4 days have now passed since Hamas attacked Israel on Saturday morning, and the death toll on both sides is climbing steadily. At least 1,200 Israelis have been killed. In Gaza, more than 900 have been killed by Israeli air raids. And on the Israeli side, there's a claim that at least 1,500 Hamas fighters, those who went in from Gaza into Israel to attack on Saturday morning, that 1,500 of their fighters have been killed inside Israel. The Israeli attacks on Gaza are ongoing, and Hamas is still firing rockets against Israel. There's a massive military build-up, and new reservists have been called in to prepare for a ground offensive against Gaza, which makes the total of the reservist call-up 360,000. It's a historical call-up of reserve soldiers in Israel's modern history. Never before have so many Israelis been called up for duty. And this also connects to the northern border between Israel and Lebanon, where Israel has a massive military build-up at the moment, because there's a fear that Hezbollah, the Lebanese Iranian-backed movement, will start a second front. I mean, like the Hamas, a second front against Israel, but this time from Lebanon. Israel is preparing itself for that, and every day we see a quiet escalation, a gradual escalation in the incidents between Israel and the Lebanese Hezbollah movement, and therefore there's a real fear that these incidents could develop into a real war-like situation. And then there's a massive support for Israel from the American President, Mr. Joe Biden. In a speech yesterday, he declared his moral but also military support for Israel. The US is sending military equipment to Israel, and the reaction on this from Israel is that there's a sense that Israel is now ready to go to war without losing its grip within a week or two. Israel has the backing of the US. It has enough equipment to continue a war on more than one front. Then again, there's also an internal political discussion in Israel whether to establish an emergency government or not. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has declared that he's ready, and he's inviting the political opposition parties to form this government, but some of the more radical parties in his own government are asking for this not to happen so fast. They're demanding that the opposition party members would not sit in the security cabinet, and of course in a time of war the security cabinet is very, very important, because the security cabinet take the major decisions on what to do when the war is going on. This is to the great frustration. I mean, the political the political fighting, so to speak, within the Israeli government and the opposition is a reason for a huge frustration among the Israelis, because they don't understand. They are standing shoulder to shoulder now in the southern parts of Israel, and while the government is fighting on whether to establish an emergency government or not. And this is at a time where Israel is considered to be on its way to a major war, maybe a regional war, maybe a war on more than one front. So there's a growing anger among Israelis that their own politicians are still fighting who should take this decision, who should take another decision.